Ooh. All right. Hey, Cardboard Live. Thanks for the tier 1 sub. Welcome to Hoaglandia. All right, so before we dive into this one, before I dive into my salad, let's talk about this one. So the core idea of this deck was, I sit awake at night thinking about Magic, believe it or not, after streaming all day. So we have Gilded Goose and Arboreal Grazer here. And these are our 1-mana accelerants that we can find with a couple copies of Once Upon a Time. And then both Royal Scions and Oko are great 3-mana planeswalkers. And then Domri's a pretty reasonable 3-mana planeswalker as well, who's also another accelerant. And then I figured if we were ramping, we might as well ramp up to 5 as well, because double ramp gets us to Nissa early. You're my only sub. Any reason not to do that through Amazon Prime? Nope. Just as long as you remember to do it every month. Amazon Prime subs are the same as tier 1 to me in every way. So the basic thought process here was, I just want to jam planeswalkers on turn 2. Let's give myself the best chance to do that. Royal Scions is neat because not only do they provide filtering, but they can provide a little bit of aggression as well. So Wicked Wolf can get quite large, so giving this trample seems appealing. Domri letting this fight while indestructible seems good. So like if you have Domri down and Wicked Wolf comes into play and makes itself indestructible to fight something, you can then have your indestructible wolf fight a second thing in that turn with Domri. Royal Scions with Questing Beast seems incredibly powerful because first strike trample death touch means you only have to assign 1 damage to each blocking creature and the rest tramples over. Giving Questing Beast more power also lets it deal more damage to your opponent's planeswalkers. So for instance, if you plus on this and Questing Beast can like take down opposing Nissa. So there's a lot of just good cards in this deck. Like the core of what we're doing here is mostly powerful things. So I'm excited to see how this deck with that food package ends up working. Let's dive on in and see how it goes. Yeah, all of our walkers let our accelerants attack, which is sweet. Modern was great today. The Saheeli Blade deck felt good. I think I want a couple more hate cards for Urza because I really hate losing to that deck. And it's very good and popular. Believe it or not, they made Moto slower and laggier in this update than it was previously, which I didn't think was possible, but they managed it. This is a great start. Royal Scions, talking about solving problems decks potentially have. Decks like these frequently draw too much mana. So the fact that the Royal Scions can help us churn through our extra mana sources in the mid to late game is very good. How insane was once? It was just fine. It wasn't insane, it was just fine. Oh, my headphones were off. Did it honk? Please tell me it honked. I take my headphones off when I'm eating usually. I do not currently have any other arena tournaments on my schedule. If E-League invited me back, I'd certainly play again, but I don't currently have any more on my schedule. Nissa is just there for making 3/3s, that is correct.
A quest of mystery.
Nissa is our top end to kill people. I sound different. Nope, everything's the same here as always. Hello and thank you, Marty. So, I think my hand's good enough here. I'm just gonna go ahead and deal 2 extra damage with this, rather than loot. Just like 6 you go. Welcome to our newest members of Hoaglandia. Yeah, you have a Bolas, sure. So that puts them to 7. And then this means this hits them for at least 5. Because even if they block, it has Trample and Death Touch. And then we shock them with Bonecrusher Giant and kill them. Domri was also lethal. There are a lot of ways to eat this buffalo. That was a turn. Was this turn 5? This was turn 5, right? So I haven't played a land yet. There are a lot of ways to eat that buffalo. Royal, I don't know if the and again, like, one of the things I like to focus on when I'm testing a deck early isn't even just the specific combination of cards we're playing, but the individual details of them. And like Royal Scions plus Questing Beast just seems absurd. Just seems absolutely crazy. I think Ceratops is probably better than Wicked Wolf here, just like more hasty beats. I don't think, is it crazy to not bring in Flame Sweep here? Is it crazy to just like plan to kill them with Questing Beast? I mostly put this in the sideboard for like the smaller aggro decks. I feel like I just want to beat them down. And like, this is the kind of disruption I want, like this and haste creatures. Yeah, that's exactly right, Smoker. I think if we're at a point where we need to be flame sweeping, we might be losing. Of course, the fact that we have Nissa might change that too, because like flame sweep lets Nissa attackers get in for a turn, which might be what we need to clear. Like, I could see the Wicked Wolf's not very good here, so I could definitely see Wicked Wolf being worse than flame sweep. Yeah, exactly, Fearburger. This hand needs some help, but it's got an Accelerant and a Disdainful Stroke, so I think I want to keep it. This hand definitely needs to draw some spells, but like, if it draws good spells, it has the ability to play them very quickly, which I think is meaningful. Yep. They have a white source, they can sweep me here is the issue. Oh, they're a fires deck. Weird. Okay. That's not what I was expecting. I've not seen fires inside of Golos Field yet. Thanks for the 30-month speed. I appreciate that. Welcome back. I think we're dead, huh? We just can't beat this. Yep. So we hit one good spell, but that wasn't enough. The way that played out, I think I'm happy with how I sideboarded. Honestly, with like this removal that I have, I might just want a 4th Disdainful Stroke in my sideboard. I think playing 4 strokes in most blue sideboards that can play in most blue decks right now probably makes sense with all the Golos that's around and the Fires decks. Like Stroke is so good against both Fires and Golos. To all of you at home wondering what's it like, the answer is it's flipping great. I think this is the line. I think it's just like crunch. Apparently my opponent agrees. That's the line. I'm gonna put a 4th stroke at the sideboard here real quick. Can we switch out Nissa for Sarkhan? Holy crap, that's a great idea. How did I forget about Sarkhan? How many red sources do I have? Probably enough. 14 red? Yeah, I'm down. I'm down for that. That's way better. Should they all be Sarkhans? I don't know, I don't have that much red in my mana. Like my red, I've only got 10, 14 red. I guess I have once in Gilded Goose and Domri though too. Yeah, Sarkhan sounds way better. Yeah, we're not ramping from this at all. This thing makes evasive threats. Someone said I had too many temples in my Fabled Passage mana base. I had 4 passages, 2 temples. I think 2 temples is fine. I have 1 temple in here. Nah, I'm in for 4 Sarkhans. Sarkhan sounds way more aggressive. I just want to aggro people. We just kill them. Yeah, God, look at you, Twitch chat. Aggro planeswalkers, let's go. Oh, this is wrong, right? I can't do this on 2 if I don't draw a land. Yeah, that's wrong. Is there justice? There's justice. Yikes. All right. It's possible there's not enough lands in this deck. It's possible that 24 is too low. I also have 2 Once Upon a Time though, so it's kind of like 26. I don't know. Could go either way there. Oh, we are playing against Croquis. Yeah, you can watch this game from both sides, for sure.
Explains a lot, actually.
Look at them. Look at those mana creatures get in there. This is the moment my goose has been waiting for. Honk, my children, honk! We've been training our grazers and our Gilded Goose for this moment for so long, chat. This is what they've been waiting for.
We won't answer to other guilds.
I have to get counterspell. Nope. All right. Sure.
Your end has arrived.
The old quad basic opener, probably not great for the Field of the Dead deck. Once upon a time, there was a... Yeah, they're pretty dead on board. Yeah, I agree. Sarkhan seems way better than Issa. He pumps out a lot. Sarkhan is in line with what this deck is interested in doing. Sarkhan is very smorky. Are you dead yet? So even if they have a sweeper here, that's not a sweeper. All right, you have some zombies. I'm 1 short of lethal, right? I'm one short. So if I elk the Grazer, this doesn't have haste, so it's only 5/5. My Grazer doesn't fly, chat. Yeah, I can do 16.
humor here.
They are coming.
I want to leave this back to defend, I think. I think I'm just gonna down tick this Domri and fight a zombie. Just to like keep my Sarkhan super safe. Just want to make sure I get to untap with the Sarkhan ideally. It's also possible plussing this here. So what I should have done was I probably should have made a food instead of and left this in O3, and then I could have had this fought. And then I would have a food to haste in case they clear the board and kill my Sarkhan. So like they need to both clear the board and kill my Sarkhan here. So we're in a pretty good spot. Yeah, anything other than mass manipulation there leaves us reasonable. Yeah, if I elk their Grazer, it removes a flying blocker, but they were at 17 and I can only do 16 in the air. So elking their Grazer didn't really accomplish much. I think that's just the board plan. We'll cut 4 Bonecrushers and 3 Wicked Wolves for 4 Disdainful Strokes and 3 Ceratops. That's another haste creature. Oh yeah, Planner Cleansing would have done it. Yeah, Sarkhan was really sweet there. Something tells me Oko is very down with being turned into a dragon. Yep. I love that elking something is now a verb. It sounds dirty just like Oko likings. Listen, don't project onto Oko. Come on now. Dragon Goose, 3 walkers was 18. Each walker was, the third walker couldn't attack. So Sarkhan's plus doesn't give haste. Broco was summoning sick. Remember when I said we might be light on land? Pepperidge Farm remembers. All right, 2 shots on an untapped land. Yikes. Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Do 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 do. We're probably gonna be too slow here with no turn 2 play. I would assume we're gonna be too slow with no turn 2 play here. Yeah, if the rest of their hand, if their hand's just like a bunch of ramp, QB could definitely like run us across the finish line, I think. It's not an unreasonable characterization. With finding untapped lands? I don't think straight in a strict sense, no. I think I do this and just try and draw a land.
I appreciate clean victory.
Okay.
There's my strategy here.
Alright. Golos me, daddy. Domri plus QB's a pretty good one too as well. Save ourselves some time. I think if we would have been able to get a Planeswalker down the second turn, like had a play, we would have been okay. What am I cutting for lands? Are 3 Sarkhans too many? Maybe 4 Sarkhans too many? Maybe I go down a Sarkhan. I could probably cut the temple, because I can keep, if I go up a land, I can keep my colors the same. So I could, like, cut a Sarkhan and the temple for, like, a basic island and a basic mountain. Maybe a Bonecrusher? I don't know. I know we played, like, 2 ramp matchups in a row. I think this is fine. The figuring out what the right mix there is going to be really difficult. Draw concerned. The answer is probably going to be different based on what deck you're playing. Different decks are going to want different combinations of things. Maybe this isn't a Once Upon a Time deck. This deck doesn't have that many creatures in it. It could just be that I like cut the onces for some lands. Just like go to 26 lands. I don't know, they're like pseudo lands. Like if I go to a 25th land and 2 once, it's like 27 virtual lands, which is probably not bad. Once is kind of like 2 more turn 1 dorks too. Yeah, I've talked myself into keeping the onces. I mean, finding QB more consistently is also not bad. They went to 5, but our hand's like not particularly aggressive. Yeah, like that's a great example right there. Like right there, right? I'm just gonna like turn 3 for you. Honk honk. With the Sarkhan, I probably want a second basic mountain anyways. So I can fetch a second with my Fabled Passage. How'd they get those sleeves? I don't know. They appear to be new. Shiny and new. Yeah, I think cutting this for a 25th land is probably the line. Or the... Trimming a Bonecrusher. Maybe I go up to a 3rd once. Maybe I cut a Bonecrusher and a Sarkhan for a land in a once. Because, like, hitting my mana dorks more consistently seems appealing.
I know my responsibility. I'll protect you.
Is that a good draw? God, getting to kill Teferi without having to attack him is just so good. So next turn, we go land, Royal Scion, plus on the Questing Beast, hold up Disdainful Stroke. Hold up Disdainful Stroke / Honking the Goose. Cast a 4-mana ramp spell. Cast a 4-mana ramp spell. Cast a 4-mana ramp spell. Come on. Come on. QB's real quest is to kill Teferi. What is your quest? Teferi's head on a pike. Alright, with the Royal Scions plussing, it's just got a 2-turn clock here. It's like 6U. And like, even if they manage to answer Questing Beast, Sarkhan comes down the following turn and like, pluses on the Royal Scion. Can the Royal Scions plus on themselves? That's a thing, right? So once this is a creature, it can plus on itself? That's great. That's excellent. Makes me feel things, chat. Also, can I talk more to you all about playing 4 Disdainful Strokes? Playing 4 Disdainful Strokes is the truth, the light, and the word.
Courage is the greatest virtue.
With the knowledge.
Your heart can overcome any challenge.
Sorry, Goose, you gotta make food in case we don't need a stroke. Hey, -3 Karin, thanks for the 22 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So, even if they can kill this through this, they're dead to Sarkhan next turn. And I think 8 counters is too many. 4 strokes is great, though. Oh, no! Oh, no, they're gonna block my questing beast, chat. Oh, no! Oh, no, why did they block my questing beast? Chance, fabulous. Thanks for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome. I forgot to honk the goose. Which is actually relevant because now I can't Sarkhan and Disdainful Stroke here. Yeah, they can't block. I feel like... So, I feel like I'm supposed to play around them like growth spiraling a life gain land, right? I'm gonna play around them growth spiraling a life gain land and smack them with the Scion as well. My sequencing here's been a little sloppy. I definitely should have fooded this. They have 2 of those.
There is no virtue without bravery.
They could have another one of those. And again, if they play a big spell next turn that beats me up, I could have had Disdainful Stroke up here if I'd have remembered to activate this. So, I should have had Disdainful Stroke available here, but I messed up. Yep, we're gonna lose this game because I messed up. I could have plussed on the goose to get damage in last turn. Yeah, that's true. That's another good observation. They have to block with Bolas at least here. Wait, do they not have a life gain land? That seems wild.
I love a good fight.
So, we've attempted to throw this game. Let's see if it actually gets thrown. Also, nope, didn't mess up there because I don't have, Alright, so they're going to 1. That's how Death Touch and Trample works. We're still, like, in a pretty good spot. We're ahead here still. We just would have won already if we had played better. Not fetching. Alright, I'm gonna go up a once and go up a land. Can I cut a Wicked Wolf? Is it crazy to do that? I feel like that's not crazy. Maybe I cut Wicked Wolf instead of Sarkhan. Sarkhan just seems really busted at our top end. So, like, going up a once, going up a land, like we had a land and a half, basically. That seems good. I could play more Wicked Wolf out of the sideboard. I could definitely do that. Just, like, leave the last one on the board for the matches where he's good. He's, like, pretty good against aggro, right? Probably don't need that many Shifting Ceratops. Yeah, I agree. And Wolf we can fetch with one, so we can't fetch Sarkhan, right? Alright, let's do this. We need Embercleave. This is not an Embercleave deck. This deck's doing a lot of things. Embercleave is not one of them. Believe it or not, the client is lagging a bunch, so if I can cancel here, I'm gonna restart really quick, so... How we doing, folks? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, good night to everybody wherever you're at in the world. Thanks for dropping in here today. If you're a new viewer, my name is Jeff Hoagland. I stream full-time here on Twitch. I'm here playing Magic 30, 40, sometimes even 50 hours a week after release weeks like this. As always, I'd love to give a shout out to my wonderful subscribers. I wouldn't be here day in and out without their support, so thanks to all of them for keeping me employed. I'd also like to plug a couple of my wonderful sponsors here really quick. The Vitamin String Quartet creates unique instrumental string arrangements, everything from Zelda to Zeppelin, and they would love to underscore your next gaming session. You can find them streaming now on services such as Spotify and Apple Music. BCW Supplies, the only ones I trust to protect my physical trading cards. Using code Jeff Hoagland, using code Hoaglandia at bcwsupplies.com. You can save 10% on sleeves, binders, deck box, and all sorts of other fantastic gaming accessories there with them. Cardsphere.com is a peer-to-peer trading network that would love to help you turn your cards into other cards direct with other players. There's no haggling, and they just take a 1% fee off the top. And of course, the Nerd Rage Gaming Championship Series, a $5,000 cash tournament series that happens every single month in the Midwestern United States. If you can't make it out to the Midwest to play in one of their standard, modern, or legacy tournaments, be sure to check out their streaming coverage as well at twitch.tv/NRG series. Woo!
Don't make your life garbage time. Join us in Hoaglandia today by subscribing to Jeff Hoagland with Twitch Prime today.
Look at that, just in time. Even fit in the vegetable man. Alright, so this hand's really good, assuming this hits a Mana Dork. Actually, this is a good, what's the Hyper Geo on this? So 53, 5 looks, 8 looks, 8 hits, 5 looks. This is 57% to hit a Mana Dork. So like a coin flip to have a really awesome start here. So I think that's good. God, I probably just want 4 of this card. Are we just like cutting? I'm probably gonna cut another wolf to the board. And like, obviously we missed here, so it feels a little bit bad, but like, good golly. What do I want in the dark? I think I want Wicked Wolf in the dark. We're gonna be playing Golos Field, and I'm gonna be sad about that decision, but I think this is better in the dark. The Vegetable Man was someone on Fiverr. You have mauled the hand you have now after Once Upon a Time. Probably not on the play. On the draw, I think I would have. On the play, I think it's good enough. Was that a good draw? Obs, we just knew that this was coming.
I invite you to change your ways.
Alright, you got a fires. You got a drawn from dreams. Hope your next turn is great. It needs to be. I think Scions are more desirable than Domri because Scions help provide a selection to find the rest of our cards, and they're a card that helps us be aggressive as well. I also think Scions are sweeter. One of the things that's nice about Scions is that Scions ticks up to an ultimate, and Domri does not tick up to an ultimate. So Scions are an individual threat, whereas Domri's a threat that's only good with other threats, if that makes sense. Oko's ultimate is relevant on like small occasions, but not super often, no.
Surely you must be famished.
The Scions look cooler, yep.
You must be mad to tussle with me.
Yep, those are things. We'll grab that in case we draw Sarkhan.
I can only punish you.
Hey Jimmy, thanks for the 11 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. So, what can they do with 2 spells here? What can they do with 2 spells that lets them beat my hand and my board state? I'm not sure there is. Do they have 2 spells that like let them recover from here? Is Cavalier plus Clarion, does that do it? I'm not sure that does it, right? Why would you show me this card? How does this work with X spells? Is poorly the answer? It doesn't. Okay. Is that how we sideboard? I think that's how we sideboard. 6 things out, 6 things in. This is like the anti-control package. I honestly don't think I want Brontodon here. Like, people always bring this card up, and I really don't care about killing the fires most of the time, I don't think. Man, I hope this deck is good. I'm a sucker for a good Temur deck. I like me some Temur. I saw a Naya Feather deck in your Stream Decker history, but can't seem to find it on YouTube. So not everything on my Stream Decker are decks that get played. Though the Naya Feather deck is currently waiting to be played in the deck queue. So when people send in build-around submissions or decks I make edits to, after I make edits to them, I'll often sit down and build like 15 decks in one sitting, and I'll build them far in advance, so that way I can put them in the deck queue and like they're just ready to go later. We've been on this one for about 45 minutes. Brontodon is mostly there for mono red, but I'm willing to accept that it's not good enough there. Is this hand good, chat? What do we think about this hand? Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy, old pal. Well then. They didn't cook my goose, chat. They didn't. I think I start with Domri here. So that way I can QB next turn, even if they kill this.
You call it anarchy. For me, oh, have at it, boys.
These geese attack, baby. Let's go. Let's go. There are so many people in this format that are just not casting magic cards on turns 1 and 2. Nah, you should always play your free ones.
Stand by and watch.
Take a picture. This is the scene right before the accident happens, right here. This is just before the accident happens, chat. They know about the questing beast. They know about the questing beast, chat. 7U, kill your planeswalker. Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okie dokie. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Be do do do. Be do 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 do. Hey, Stuffly, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Welcome. Thanks for keeping me around. Do I want the 4th once? The more I think about it, the more I feel like I want the fourth once. Is this crazy? I feel like this isn't crazy. Let's try it. The problem is that, like, I'm cutting things that are good. Maybe I just board more Bone Crushers. Maybe that's the answer. Because, like, having these things that are good to hit with once feels important. And, like, this is just an okay hit. I like that. The dance deck was really bad. There's someone who asked. That archetype seems bad every time we play against it, and it seemed really bad when we played with it. And playing an aggro build of Alliance with Crusader, based on hearing you mentioned a couple days ago, it's going well. Awesome, I would love to see that list, Mr. Salmonella. You should post it in the subs Discord. Is this hand good or is this hand great? What do we think? Good or great, chat? Feel free to weigh in. Oh yeah, I don't need to shock, right? I can do this into Steam Vent into this. Yeah, I don't need to shock. We've not played Temur Reclamation this season. I think my hand's bad enough at this point that I want to start filtering. I know I could get in for 2, but like, let's find a questing beast or like another planeswalker. This deck felt great. It's been fun, felt fun and powerful.
Walk with me, sing with me.
Yes, I'm sure I want to target it. I think I'm still looting here.
Let us plan for the trials ahead.
Oh, you know what? Discarding the land is wrong because I could draw a Sarkhan, right? Yeah, that was a mistake. I should have ditched the Oko or the Bonecrusher. Probably the Oko. Yeah, this is the turn 2 Walker tribal deck that I posted on Twitter.
I will learn what nobody yet knows.
Am I casting a giant or am I casting once? Giant or once? Giant or once? I think it's, huh? I think it's once, right? Nah, I'm gonna giant. Like, what am I hoping to hit with once, right? I'm like hoping to hit a questing beast, and like, this is a guaranteed 4 power attacker, so I might as well just do this, right? Like, once is hoping to find a thing, yeah. No, this is drawing a bunch of cards. This is drawing 4 cards next turn. You see that? That dies to this, or I can steal it. I might just kill it with this. Oh, I guess they're dead, right? They're actually dead on board? Are they dead on board? Oko takes this. This does 6, 7. They were dead on board. I'm one short. I'm 1 short at the moment. They're 1 short from being dead on board. Alright, so now they're dead. So, hit you. Oko gives you a food, takes this. Royal Scion gives something 2 extra power. This deck is awesome. Crunch. I'm glad I used some dealer's choice points to sneak this one in today. I would like to apologize to everyone's mythic wildcards. There's a lot of mythics in this deck. I would like to apologize to everybody's mythic wildcards out there. What do we think of this hand, chat? Is this hand good? Is this hand reasonable? How do we feel about this turn 2 Planeswalker? Whew, how about that turn 2 Planeswalker? If this one didn't do it for you, does that one do it for you? Your Golos field deck is amazing in the mirror. Yeah, I think so, Mastermind. Kenrith is really good in the Golos mirror. Actually, it's actually Domri on too, right? Domri's the pick still. Oh, you know what? I probably should have taken... I should have taken that other Goose and not the Fabled Passage, right? I could have played a Goose here. Yeah, I could have played the second Goose here and then been attacking for 7 next turn. Oh, that's good.
The only authority that I recognize is K.
And next turn with mana from this, I can play Royal Scions and hold up Disdainful Stroke. I really hope decks like what we're playing become popular and punish these people. Our opponent didn't play spells for the first 3 turns of the game. Have a little god dang respect, or we're gonna run you over. Sure. Hey, dead next turn. They're pretty close, right? Inject the Temur right into my veins, right? Beep, beep.
Come and destroy.
I lead the way, but my brother.
I'm gonna loot here, just because my hand kind of sucks. Yeah, they're dead when we stroke their play next turn. Yeah. Are we done here? Thanks. Four strokes, chat. Four disdainful strokes. Not less. 4 strokes required. Can we cut the line with this deck? You mean like cut in to play more of it? Sure. That deck seems great. I don't think you keep this hand on the draw just because what I've been talking about, like having a little respect and like not making plays early, but I think on the play this hand's keepable. So if I was on the draw, I would mulligan here. This deck makes up for the bad decks we played this morning. It does. Every once in a while you get a gem, right? So I think I'm gonna lead on Royal Scions here because they're setting up to turn 3 Nissa, and if they turn 3 Nissa, I want a questing beast their face.
A quest of mystery.
Hey, Burgle, I'm not just playing 3 mana Mythic Walkers, I'm playing them on turn 2. Come on now. Burgle, I just want you to understand the innovations I'm competing with. There were people who registered green decks without Questing Beast in the MPL Weekly, and I just don't understand. I just don't understand why you would not have Questing Beast in your deck. I don't get it. Domri's a rare. There you go. They're not all mythics.
Is crystallizing.
I got crushed in the esports event. The green-black henge deck is notoriously bad against ramp, like what our current opponent is playing, and I played against a ramp deck.
Those lines of tyranny are lost.
I mean, even this isn't that good, right? Like, Royal Scions give this trample.
Put on your true shape.
Actually, I just play the other Questing Beast and kill this, right? Right? Yeah, this is legendary, but they can't block this one, chat. So this sixes them, and then that kills Oko.
Embrace your fear and charge.
They could have a Brazen Borrower here. If they have a Brazen Borrower, their Oko lives. How? As someone who's newly returning to Magic, your advice about playing individually good cards, yeah, it's something that people seem to forget, right? Just like, play the good cards. Play more good cards. And again, like, when I'm building decks early in the season, I like to focus... I like to focus on specific combinations of cards, as opposed to the entire deck that we're playing. So like, Royal Scions plus Questing Beast seems like something worth exploring. I don't know if this specific Royal Scion plus Questing Beast deck is the best, but like, working on these two things together seems good. I don't actually need double blue game one, right? Yeah, so let's grab another forest here. Remember my comment about 4 Disdainful Strokes? Yeah.
Synthesize the facts.
This blocks here. Maybe that's not good enough. I feel like I don't want to lose my Scion here. Sarkhan. Sarkhan. I might be out of gas. Yeah. E-League's not the only thing pre-recorded, chat. E-League's not the only thing that's pre-recorded.
My answers lie in the cold truth.
Who are you to call me mad?
So they can't even pressure my Planeswalkers with the Paradise Druid because of Sarkhan's text, which is great. I just beat the crap out of a field mirror with sideboard Questing Beast. I thought of you. God bless, Bob. God bless. I just like... Well, they're not dead, right? Because this doesn't have haste. Oh, wait. They are dead because Scions pluses on themselves. Oh, no, they have food. They have food. Food changes it. So I can attack for 10 here, but they have food and they have a goose to block, so. They draw an X-Spell. They drew a Hydroid Crisis here. We're probably not getting through that. Feels like they're counting. Yeah. Broco's not gonna do enough here. So this doesn't have haste, chat. So if this had haste, we'd kill them. Because we'd hit 4. We'd hit for 14.
A quest of mystery.
Alright. Let's get our shrieks in. Has a matchup where Wicked Wolves actually kind of okay. I guess their Okos just kill him. I think Birds of Paradise is valuable in that deck, Hyder. I think that deck struggles with decks that get under it, and Birds of Paradise lets you play Magic faster. Well, welcome back, Black Sheep. Flame Sweep for all their ramp? I don't think so. How is it that so many people think Oko can steal Hydrate Crisis? Literacy is a big problem among Magic players. It's something that we really struggle with as a group. Alright, just need to draw a land. We draw an untapped land on 2. This hand is just absurd, so we're definitely keeping. We could probably miss for a turn. Alright, attack with Wild Nacatl. This card used to be banned in Modern, so it's probably really good in Standard. I think I just lead on this and get it going. I kind of like my hand, huh? I'm just gonna 5 them, I think.
For the realm.
Who's more foolish? The fool, or the fool who rules them?
Surely you see the humor here.
I'll think up a fun fate for you.
Man, they're really close to dead, huh?
Oh, I look forward to seeing you running away.
We have +2 here. We have 10 total.
Your ways.
Ooh, I revel in devastation.
You will not block our noble path.
May we meet
Lucky Fluke. Thanks for the 2-month resub. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, I think we care about Oko. Leaving Oko in play makes a Wicked Wolf much better for them next turn. That was our turn 4. Heard someone was asking what turn it was. That was our turn 4. He murder your wallet. Listen, this deck's playing a couple mythics, chat. Maybe that's the key to breaking standard after a rotation. You just assemble the most expensive deck on Arena. Which deck costs the most money to build from the new set? Alright, that's the one that's broke. Genuinely curious why we play for Sarkhan. I'm a big fan of killing my opponents. Sarkhan's really good at murdering people. This is a mulligan, right? Yeah. What do the kids say? Is it YOLO? YOLO? Never lucky. Wow, they had no turn 1 or turn 2 play. Thanks, Tedio. I appreciate it. I'll take one more draw before we concede. Listen, we knew the risks going in, okay? No one is to blame there. We understood the possibilities of what was going to happen. Man, do I want a 26th land? I kind of want a 26th land. Like, playing 4 copies of Scion makes it so much less bad when you flood. Like, this card works us through flood pretty well. Can I just play 26 lands? No, I'm not going to St. Louis this weekend. I worked all last weekend. Cut a Grazer? You're crazy. Oh, we could play a castle. I don't hate that. Like, I don't feel like I need... Like, I was gonna play, like, another forest to, like, turn 1 a little bit more often, but, like, red castle's not a bad idea. Yeah, cut a wolf. Sure. One copy of Spark Double. Stop being cute. Just play 4 of the good cards. If you take away anything from deck building from me this season, it's stop being cute and play 4 of the good cards. I don't know, it could just be right to play another basic forest, just because you need a basic forest or a shockland to play your mana dork on one. So, like, having 14 turn 1 green sources is, like, pretty reasonable. I'm gonna keep. I'm not super excited about it though. I guess if we draw a red source, we hit Sarkhan on 3. So that's probably fine. Like, spells are good and red sources are good, so the number of cards that are good while keeping this hand are high. This matchup might be tough. Hey, smug face. Yeah, the fact that there's no foil Grazer on Arena is like an absurd tragedy. We've been playing Temur for a little over an hour. Yeah, like, my action density isn't super high in this deck. I didn't play the Goose because I want a second red source, chat. At the very least, I want to play around Quench, I think. I don't know. That could go either way. Could have shocked in the pool. Nope. Arboreal Grazer puts lands into play tapped. That's true. I could have paid 2 life to put it into play tapped. It's a good observation. Accurate observation. That's true. We could sequence that way. Like, why did we need to get the Goose down earlier, though? People seem really concerned about getting this Goose down sooner. This one's felt good, tacos. It's probably bad in this matchup, though. We'll see. Getting Broco down early seems potentially very, very good. Confirmed John Avon stream, right? It's also possible that I should, like, I have enough mana at this point that I should hold that Sarkhan and, like, wait to double spell. I restarted. It's still... Arena's still a laggy mess. Yeah, it's a hard call because, like, if I wait, my opponent could get to 4 mana, second green, which lets them unlock another hard counter. Like, making them have Sinister Sabotage is not unreasonable when they already played one. I think it's right to jam there. That's why I did it. Obviously, I think it's right. That's why I did it. Well, to be fair, we haven't drawn the castle. This deck is $550 in paper. Oh, MTG Finance. Oh, MTG Finance. I have no idea, Hive Mind. It's impossible to speculate on things like that without inside information. I don't need this much food. If this matchup is hard, putting just like giant fistful of Ceratops to the sideboard could make a lot of sense. This draw, this game is obviously very bad though, so I don't know, that's very representative. Definitely interested in taking my curve and dragging it down here. And if I'm dragging my curve down, honestly, I probably don't mind cutting a land. I don't think Flame Sweep's good enough. Like, both their Preserver and the Cutthroat grow out of range. So, like, at that point, you're killing, like, Frilled Mystic and Spectral Sailors, which doesn't seem enough. This hand's, like, not great, but I don't think it's bad enough to mulligan. YouTuber logging into sub. Thanks for the great content. Thanks for the Prime support, Gunners. I appreciate you keeping me around. Welcome back. It's nice. Haven't played spell yet. Hey, Quintus, thanks for the Prime support. I appreciate that. Deal.
It seems we've encountered a know is to triumph.
Bonecrusher or Lava Coil? I think it's Lava Coil. I think it's Bonecrusher. Because, like, keeping their wolf off the table is pretty important. Is Stroke better than Mystical aside? By a lot. Having Stroke against the field decks is very, very valuable.
Let us plan for the trials ahead.
Yeah, the Thrashing Brontodons in the sideboard seem pretty unnecessary. I might swap those over to Ceratops. On paper, decks like what I'm playing are not very good against counterspell-based decks. So having some slam dunks here seems reasonable. Yeah, just the creatures. Doesn't save my other planeswalkers though. How do we feel about just like my hand's like pretty good, right? So I think I just like hit them for 2 extra here. How do you feel about Nullhide versus Dino? Well, I think my deck has an incredible number of non-creature spells, and I think Nullhide doesn't do anything against my opponent's deck. Like Ceratops helps my stuff not get countered. Is the goal. Hey, Sparknito. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Thanks for keeping me employed this month with your Bezo bucks. I appreciate you shipping your Prime this way. With like a Brazen Borrower here to like pick this up and hit my Scion, or like what's the deal? What if we do that? Unleash our united strength. That's what I thought. All right. That was the easy game. That was the game where we were on the play. Now this next one's the hard one. I'm going to cut these Grazers on the draw. And just bring in some more cards that do stuff, I think. I wonder if it's crazy to have Disdainful Stroke in this matchup. I feel like we're going to get to situations where we can double spell. And like Stroke counters a bunch of their big important plays, right? We just leave in like 2 Grazers. I'm just going to leave in 2 Grazers. Mama Chandra be an uncounterable threat in the sideboard. I think I'd rather just have... I think I'd rather have Ceratops, because I can get it with Once Upon a Time. Yeah, I agree, Nitro. Mono green Stomping and Historic sounds like it's going to be lit. It's a good hit. Going on an adventure. Going on an adventure. It's a good draw. I'm so glad that thing actually honks now. Such a quality of life improvement. Whoop. Bonecrushers ready. Think that Henge and Historic would be mono green. Yeah, possibly. Just because you have so many good, that's what I'm searching for. There's so many good 1-mana dorks in Historic. Like, you play 4 Goose, 4 Land War Elves. I don't know, you probably still splash Oko. Nah, I think you probably still splash Oko. Oko's pretty busted. I would be surprised if not splashing Oko is correct. I feel like I don't want to give them the opportunity to stick a Nightpack Ambusher here. Yeah, I mean, you even just do what we do in Standard, right? Like, we just played Goose. We played Goose plus 8 blue-green duels, and Once Upon a Time. And like your splashes like, fine. If you're like, this is a spot where Disdainful Stroke would be really good. Like, I could play this and, like, stroke a big counter. Which would be nice. Yeah, that's not a control list. That's just a ramp deck. So like that's different. Like the ban Golas decks are very good. Bill Smash. Like they're one of the better decks in the format, but they're not a like ban control deck like I was talking about. Different archetype. Can Ceratops go the distance? Just gonna honk the Goose at end of turn here. I don't think I want to play Once Upon a Time out into a Quench. I think I definitely just want to grip full of these dinos. You see, the Golos decks are worth crafting. I think they're great. I think they are the level 1 deck in the format. They are the baseline deck to beat to start. It's a good one. It's a good one. And better to cast once to bait the Frill Mystic. Yeah, maybe. Our opponent had definitely shown that they were willing to, like, take that bait, right? Oh, I think they wanted to block there and they messed it up. I think they wanted to block there and they messed it up. We played against a little bit of Mono Red Cavalcade. This might end up working out okay for them. If they have another Nightpack Ambusher, we're probably in it. If they have another Nightpack Ambusher, we're going to be in a lot of trouble. I've not had any issues with Fabled Passage, no. You're probably just like clicking aggressively while the client's lagging and accidentally clicking on the I would assume you're clicking aggressively while the client's lagging and accidentally clicking on the do nothing button. So don't click aggressively while the client's not responsive would be my advice. Yeah, almost everything lags in this application. And unfortunately, looks like we're gonna have a repeat of game 1 here where we just have a lot of lands and they have a lot of gas. Oh yeah, Ashiok on the board's a good question. Yeah, like, do you see how much it lags when I draw a card for the turn? Like... we played an updated build of Aristocrats yesterday. That was fantastic. We tagged it as the deck of the day. As always, you can find my favorite decks on my website here. God, the bot's responding quickly again. Wonderful. I am having a pretty good day, Ninja Troll Jr. Happy Thursday to you. So this is awful. So they must not realize, our opponents probably knew. They must not realize that when this spell loses its target, it gets countered. So this is just going away now. So they got cheeky and got punished for not knowing the rules. In order for your spell to go on an adventure into exile, it has to resolve. So when I sacrifice the food, their spell does not resolve. That is why what happened there just happened. When a spell loses its only target, it is countered instead of resolving. The goose does honk when it comes into play now. Yeah, definitely killed my own thing in response to adventure removal, just so they don't get the creature. King Canuck, thanks for the 4 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Yeah, and we unfortunately don't have like a Hydroid Crisis in our deck, and I don't think we want one either. But like, I don't really have a catch-up mechanic from here. Like, I got like one more copy of Shifting Ceratops we're drawing to. Yeah, we're gonna wait for a double or triple spell turn. We're not under any pressure. They only have 6 lands, so at a minimum, I want a double spell turn. I'm gonna get 2 more lands in play. I think I want to hold at least 1 land, so that way, if this resolves, it can filter me into more gas. I mean, my opponent hasn't found a threat yet, so like, whatever. Honestly, at this point, I probably want 2 more spells before I do anything, because the way we can play through their counter spells is to just like cast a lot of stuff in 1 turn. This is definitely the most food I've had in play. Yeah, we played Seth Manfield's Hero Feather deck yesterday, and there's a Naya Feather deck coming up later in the stream. The Hero Feather deck was a little middling. Alright, so I'm going to try and draw 1 more spell, I think. Like, if my opponent had pressure in play, I might be more incentivized to, like, start jamming on a double spell turn, but I have, what? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 mana, so waiting till a turn where I can play 3 spells seems very reasonable. Okay, now this makes me more incentivized to jam, because now they're getting to use their mana every turn regardless. So this means I want to go sooner. Yeah, QB's probably last. So really want to draw a piece of action next turn so we can just like triple spell. Yeah, they shocked in because they have a 4-mana counter and a 3-mana counter. It's actually a good test spell. Hey, Chris, thanks for the 3 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. And back to the waiting game it is. Punished. So, I'm not holding the last land to bluff, if you listen to what I said. I'm holding the last land because Scions has an ability that lets me draw a card and discard a card. So by holding lands in my hand, I'm giving myself the potential ability to turn this into an actual card later on. At what point do we start cracking food instead of making more? I don't know. We'll probably be dead before we want to get to that point. Yeah, I agree, Sufa. The Flash deck's a super feel-bad archetype. In my experience, the deck's not that good, but it definitely feels bad to play against. I was not referring to... Well, generically, the answer is it depends. So, like most things in Magic, the answer to what you're looking for is situational. I'm gonna play into 2 counters and just concede. I'm just bored. So, for playing to win, this is incorrect, but I'm bored. I'm bored and would like to add another Shifting Ceratops into my deck. This is bad content. I think that match lasted longer than, like, our last 4 matches combined. Listen, I made an entire Magic career out of traveling around to play bad decks in tournaments. The Simic Flash deck is bad. If you like playing it, you should play it and enjoy it, but the deck's not good. Don't let me letting you know that your deck is bad keep you from playing it, because you can and should play what you like, but, you know, at least be real. Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna play one more with this. I like what this deck is doing. What makes it bad really quick? Individually, its card power level is very low. It doesn't play cards that interact with things that get on the board, so when it falls behind, it's impossible for it to catch back up. It's very bad when it's on the draw, and it's very bad when your opponent's playing a lot of 1-mana spells. Hey, look, this is our 26th land. The deck list on your screen is updated via the Stream Decker widget. You can also type !deck in chat to get a direct link to the deck list. What problem does my deck have that you think you're solving by making that change, Nitro? What would you cut and why would you cut that card? So as always, please try to put some thought into and make intelligent and reasonable card recommendations. Always be working to identify problems and then creating solutions for those problems that you've identified. This probably isn't very good against Grixis, right? I think I'm just going to take the land guaranteed. Man, if that turn's not peak Grixis, I don't know what is. If that turn wasn't just peak Grixis. Just like attack you with the Arboreal Grazer, concede. All right. Yep. Sounds like Grixis. Do I want Stroke? Like, so I'm asked less suggesting a change, asked if you think it's worthwhile add. Listen, those are the same thing. You should read that back to yourself, and then if you want to tell me that those aren't the same thing, explain to me how they're not. Yeah, like, what am I cutting here? Like, I don't even really want to trim Grazer, because, like, Grazer's fine with Royal Scion and Oko. You want to cut Scions? No, stop it. Listen, okay, fair warning, subs. People who make bad suggestions without justifications are taking a 10-minute break. I think I'd rather have Ceratops than Wicked Wolf. Let's just run them down. Is there any SCG coverage of you playing on the web somewhere? Yeah, there's a ton of it in their archives, I'm sure. I'm not mad, chat. I don't get mad at you. I'm just disappointed in you because I know that you're capable of doing better than what you're currently doing. So I'm not mad, I'm just sad. Do better. Be better. A lot of people, something that I've learned, have apparently never heard someone speak with confidence. And the fact that I am confident in what I say and have a strong voice makes people think I'm angry all the time. This is just what my voice sounds like, chat. That's fine. I didn't like that spell anyways. I like the spell that's on top of my deck though. Damn. Deck didn't fall for it. They conceded last time. Rats. Wow! Punished for our cheeky attack. Alright, so War Boss means I want my Fighty Wolves. Do I want Bonecrushers? I feel like it might. Nah, I'm on the play. Yeah, let's just kill him on the play. We got two Domris, 3 Wolves, and a Chandra. Yeah, we had 5 lands on once and then drew lands for the turn. So, like, you know, Magic's an incredibly low variance game. He says as he lines up his turn 2 Oko. The standard feels super dependent, like who's on the play. It always feels like that, and a big part of why this format is play draw dependent is because of cards like this. I really wish they'd stop printing 1-mana accelerants. Land War Elves and Gilded Goose are not okay. I'm asking your opinion. So here's the thing, Nitro Trigger. My opinion is that so when you say, Jeff, justify to me why you're not playing this card, that's not helpful to me and doesn't help you learn. So in order for me to explain to you why the card is bad, I need to understand why you think it's good. And if you can't come up with a reason for why the card you're suggesting we add is good, that's probably because it's bad. So again, just exert some critical thinking skills and spend some effort, and you'll save both of us a lot of time. I would like to cut Domri due to his fight ability not having many targets other than Bolas. His mana ability is rest relevant post board. That's probably not unreasonable, Kid Martin. I don't know. We did die to their Goblin, though. And, like, accelerating off him is, like, pretty good. Like, my general rule is I try not to make content that I find annoying when other people do it. And the thing that makes me turn off other people's streams more than anything else is when a streamer sits there and all they do is tell people why their card suggestions are bad. So like, rather than me rejecting all of your ideas, instead think about them and present them nice. I meant to make a 3-3 and I autopiloted because I was ranting. So I meant to make a 3-3, this a 3-3 in attack. Or maybe even the goose a 3-3 in attack. Definitely intended to add pressure to the table there though. Yeah, just that now I just like have no pressure is the issue. You brought me Chipotle. You really do love me. My wife's the best, chat.
Come to me.
So we'd be winning by a lot if I had made a 3-3 instead of misclicking, but we're still pretty far ahead here, right? Because they're playing Fires of Invention. I would argue my wife is the best, but I'm here Chipotle-less. Yep.
Gods once, I am one again.
I am one again. I suspect sometimes if people make suggestions and get upset with your usual incentive response, they're actually more interested in learning how you make decisions when you're building decks and can't verbalize it that way. So the answer a lot of the time is I'm just kind of trying stuff. And like the answer is try stuff is the answer. Like again, one of the things I just can't instill in people enough is that there's no substitute for hard work in Magic. Like there isn't just a shortcut where you automatically know the answers and get to skip practicing. It just doesn't exist.
I will return.
I train every day.
I'm not talking about this game, I'm talking about in practice. I mean, there's literally books written about, like people have literally written entire books about how to deck build in Magic. Alright. The fact that I messed up making that 3-3 might lose us this game. Because like they get to impulse with Narset again next turn. Really want to draw a Questing Beast, right? I assume they're killing the Royal Scions. What? 5, 6, 7. So I'm sacrificing a land because if I draw a land, they're dead.
Wipe your bloodline.
They're dead. They're dead to a land.
Minds crumble.
Also dead to that, right? This is 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And they're conveniently playing this card. So I know that they're playing Hearthstone right now. So they can't interact with me. So they can't punish me for going all in here. So ship it, you're dead.
I appreciate clean victory.
Add a bit of style.
Clean victory. That's what this feels like to me.
Bravery galvanizes any plan.
Feels, yeah, imagine playing 3-mana Teferi on yourself. Chomp, chomp. Who's afraid of the big bad wolf? The big bad wolf, the big bad wolf. They're afraid of the big bad wolf. Come on, what are you doing? Stop wasting my time. Stop it. Did Stream Decker not update? Did it not? The Stream Decker is current. You know me, you made me doubt myself. The Stream Decker is current. Type !deck in chat. Get a direct link to the deck list. Alright, so Once is looking for an untapped land here. This deck's been great. Definitely deck of the day. Might be my new favorite deck for the format. I am super off green black henge. That deck is not good enough against the... Actually, we're going to play blue-green henge again later today. If you keep track of my deck list on my website, the henge deck on my website right now is blue-green, because blue-green felt much better. Untapped land? That's sad. I guess I can still QB, huh?
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you doing something?
You know, Burgle was saying the other day this card needed uncounterable. Go. What deck do we put them on? We just put them on ramp? Do we put them on flash? I think anticipate means flash. Okay. It could mean fires too. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Flash would be playing once now, right? I'm gonna hedge. I'm gonna go a little bit in the middle. We'll see. We'll see. We got a freebie. We're gonna take a loss. Win the third one on the play. Smells like Flash. I could see Veil of Summer being okay. I don't know. I feel like we're probably good against most of the decks that are interested in... I feel like we're probably good against most of the decks that are interested in playing... We're probably good against most of the decks that are interested in playing Hero Fall or whatever it's called. Elder Spell. So do I Broco or do I Scion? I feel like I Broco, right? Because he just kills them.
Every tale about me
Yeah, Spell Pierce rotated.
and absolutely true.
I have 3 of these as well, so like, one of these is more likely to stick later. I think Stormfist Crusader is much better than Dreadhorde Butcher. That's why I'm playing Stormfist Crusader and not playing Dreadhorde Butcher.
Steady your mind, Rowan.
And I will inspire your heart.
My plan is crystallizing.
They are running out of cards. No wolf there is good. All right, they're out of counters.
Stay away from my brother.
Let's start with this.
Let us plan for the trial.
All right, so I hit a land. So I think the land means I'm going to do this and then... Oh, I don't have double blue. That's awkward. This lets me play around Quench. Yeah, I meant to have Disdainful Stroke up here to counter a Frilled Mystic, is what I was thinking about.
I think I have made a tactical error. Let me synthesize the facts.
So this still has a food token in name, but it is no longer a food to sacrifice to the goose. Let's not attack with this because this could trade for it. This could eat it if they have a spell. Stroke's just good here. Seeing how these games play out, some number of Veil. If I care about this matchup, some number of Veil on the board might be right too. Like that cheeky Chandra could be a Veil.
Oh, get away from me!
All right, so do I... I'm gonna do this.
There is no virtue without bravery.
And like trade this for this plus 5 points of damage, I think. I'm gonna hold on to this for now because I might loot it away next turn. Oh, it's first strike too, so it's not even a trade. It just eats it, right? Right? It doesn't trade, it just eats it. Right? Yeah, this card's real good. Correct. Thank you for the correction. They're smart to not block. Yeah, they're just dead on board. Because even if they double block the QB, I only have to put 1 point of damage on each of them. I like the idea of Veil. That matchup seems annoying. Two Veil and 3 Ceratops. How do I want to fit these in? I don't know that Flame Sweep's necessary in the sideboard. Maybe that could be... I kind of don't mind. I kind of want like a fourth... Wicked Wolf. I can also play like a third Lava Coil. Lava Coil is pretty reasonable in general. This is not on the website, but I'm gonna send a message and get it up there right now. Do I just do the 3/3 drops for the... What picture do we put on the website? For the banner, do we do the 3/3 drops? What do we think of that? Yeah, I think the 3/3 drops. Yeah, I could see Sarkhan instead of this, but I kind of just like being the 3/3 drops. The 3/3 drops is very pleasing. I think I like this. I'm going to go ahead and upload this to Stream Decker for people that want it now, and it'll be up on my website later tonight after I sign off. Only thing I'm not 100% certain on is we're on a 26th land right now, which might be one too many, but at the same time, Royal Scions letting us draw discard lets us kind of filter through those extra lands pretty nicely, so I feel like having the consistency of hitting my early land drops is probably worth having the extra here. All right, so update the Stream Decker. We're not done streaming today. This was another one I was looking forward to. So we have a blue-black control deck with a mill sub-theme looking to lean on 4 Drown in the Lock and some Into the Story and some Lockmere Serpent coming up next. We're going to take a quick ad break. I'm going to put the rest of my Chipotle in the fridge and grab a drink.